let's face it, meatloaf isn't that glamorous. It was made in the Great Depression. There were times when working men, people behind me, had to stretch meat out. They put bread in it, rice, whatever. You baked it. It was delicious. Your mom didn't really complain about it. It really came into its own like in the Great Depression when families got sticker shock at like boiled rabbit in a can. So really didn't think you gonna get that much out of like anything from a cow.
Whether it's 10 a.m., 2 p.m., or 2 a.m., a meatloaf sandwich, even if it's cold, always hits the spot. So here's my take on meatloaf, an underrated American classic.
Start off with any old bag of seasoned croutons. Who wanted to be in the band Jackal growing up? I know I did. Here's your chance to do the closest thing to a chainsaw solo. Embrace your pathetic imperfections and get this thing into a rough chunk. A red pepper has 3 times more vitamin C than an orange. Take that, Florida, a bunch of tan people with facelifts and man boobs, and Panhandle, Love Handle, and Florida Georgia Line. Here's your chance to do an encore of Jackal. The red pepper really has nice acoustics. Chop a yellow onion into somewhat of a coarse dice. You don't want to go all crazy with this and get it super fine like a McDonald's cheeseburger chop. Take it easy on yourself. You can use garlic out of a jar. I choose to use fresh when possible. Just take about 3 to 4 cloves and put a little salt on the cutting board. Keeps them from dancing around so much. Sometimes you can flip these things across the kitchen. There are no Paula Abduls, MC Hammers, or drunk white guys at your weddings going on here. Then you dump it all in a big bowl that's about to get beefed with about 2 pounds of irradiated chuck. For the seasoning, I'm using Tony Chacarese. As a binding agent, I crack open a birthed yet unborn chicken. Add any seasonings you want. In this case, I'm just adding a little Italian seasoning and some of the Tony Chacarese, the floppy-hatted master.
Crouton Carnanza!
You want to slowly start to massage the meat. You don't want to squish it too much, you just want to get everything evenly incorporated. It feels kind of nice, sensual. It's all coming together in a perfect marriage. The beef, the egg, the crushed croutons, the red pepper, the onions, the spices. Gosh, my kitchen's starting to smell like the 50s right now, and it's only going to get better. Hey, this meatwad's all dressed up and looks ready to go to the prom, or into a heavily sprayed loaf pan. A critical step in the process. Spray like you're spraying a can of red spray paint on your boyfriend's Dodge Challenger after you walk in on your hairdresser relaxing his perm. Spray away with vengeance. Spray, woman, spray! What'd you do to my best friend? This vandalism of culinary passion comes in handy when trying to get the meat to release from the loaf pan. You want to tamp down your meat mixture so your loaf is as dense as possible. You don't want to be cutting this thing and have it crumble apart, then you no longer have a meatloaf, you just got like meat chunks. That's not really what you want, you can't really make a good sandwich with it later on. And one last squeeze of grain mustard from last, I guess it was October of 2012, and we're ready to go. Just give it a quick little stir, and it's time to get paint. This is when you can really get your inner Picasso going. No mistakes here, just slather away. Woo! My house smells like June Cleavers right now from Leave It to Beaver. Slathering on this stuff. It's like basically a hamburger with the condiments kind of built into it. It's like you can get up at 4 a.m., grab a hunk of this, put it on some sandwich bread, you're in heaven. Look, even the dumb dog on this box of milk bones is starting to drool. Let it rest for 10 minutes and then start slicing. And another thing about meatloaf is it freezes wonderfully. So if you don't eat all of this, you can put it in the freezer and keep it for months, even years. Here you go, buddy. I love you. I really do.